Whoops, what happened to the T-Roc? Looks like it swapped its hard top for a soft one. The Volkswagen T-Roc, naked version, because it doesn't have a roof. And of course, everyone knows that the winter time is the perfect time for a car like this. But seriously though, I thought this was a bit of a silly idea, not just because of the time of the season, but because, well, it's a T-Roc. Yet at the same time, it does actually look pretty darn good the more I look at it. And when you drive it, it also makes sense. Sure, there might be not that much space for the passengers in the back, but surprisingly enough, or shockingly, there's quite a lot of space in the trunk. In fact, we can put pretty much all of our equipment in there, despite the fact that this is a convertible. So you take your stuff, you put it in the back because the roof is down, obviously. You start the engine, and just in case it does start raining, you can have the roof up pretty quickly. It doesn't take too long. And of course, there's no effort. There's no manual locking of stuff. You just press and hold a button. The windows go up. And that's it. You're ready to go. The T-Roc looked good in its original form. As a convertible, and with the R-Line package, it's even better. The alloys accentuate the sides. You can size them up to 19 inches. The actual roof folds itself above the trunk in the back, which is, as I've mentioned, surprisingly deep. The interior is very German, orderly and well put together. Of course, they couldn't pass the shiny black plastics. T-Roc convertible currently only offers one engine over here, and that is the 1.5 four-cylinder turbo gas one with 150 horses as well as DSG. You know, I am kind of happy, but also sad about the fact that it's too cold outside to take the roof down. I'm sad because, well, it's very pleasant to do so in a convertible and then just ride around, but also kind of happy about it because every time I've had a convertible and had the roof down, it was usually in the summer, I had pretty bad burns because I never think ahead. So I either forget to get a cap or, you know, protection. So in a way, that's kind of a good thing for me. The fact that you can take the roof down with just the press and hold of a button in literally like 10-15 seconds is pretty brilliant though. If you remember the old days when everything was either manual or it took a long time, this is a big improvement. So that's really nice. If it starts raining, you can just slow down and put the roof back on. You should be fine. Now usually, I'm gonna go back to the old days again. Usually convertibles were not the best things to drive faster because they were fine in a straight line and they were fun because you put the roof down. But because there was no strengthening up here, there was no roof, the car was a little bit wobbly and not completely pleasant to drive. But that has improved over the years, and now with this car, for example, it is, you don't really feel a difference between this and a regular hardtop car. So, you know, there's a lot of strengthening down here, so the chassis is more stiff, and really it does feel just like a normal Volkswagen T-Roc. But here's the thing, this is just a really nice place to be. These seats are excellent, these R-line seats. The support on the sides is really, really nice. It's snug, it's comfortable, it holds you well in the corners. It's very, very nice. The seats are heated. You've got a heated steering wheel. You've got an infotainment screen, digital instrument cluster here. Like I said, it drives very nice. It's not firm, but it's very defined steering, and it's comfortable. I really have no complaints about. Well, I do. Well, first is the most glaring problem, and that's the fact that the whole dashboard here is just one big panel of shiny black plastics, which serves two purposes. One is to attract any and all fingerprints in the entire universe and dust and deposit them on the panel. And secondly is to reflect as much sun as possible at certain angles so it blinds the driver. It's really a nice feature. I love that. So if you can, opt for something else. The second one is the steering wheel, which is excellent. This R-line steering wheel, it really feels nice. I love it. But the buttons, and I've already gone over this when I tried a Volkswagen with this setup the first time, like a couple of years ago or something, the capacitive controls on the steering wheel. I'm not going to go into details, I've already gone over that, but they're not very nice to use over long periods of time, to be completely honest. But the good news is they should be phasing this out and going back to buttons. Surprise, surprise. This T-Roc has a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine with 150 horsepower, I believe, 110 kilowatts. And I really don't have a lot of complaints about it. It has a little bit of punch to it. It's 4 cylinders, not 3, which personally, you know, obviously I'd love a V8 in there, but that would be just ridiculous. But 4 cylinders is much, much nicer to me than 3 cylinders, so that's good. And the car also can disable 2 of the cylinders when you don't need a lot of power, and it switches over to just 2 cylinders. That's pretty seamless. Most of the time you're not going to realize that it's doing that, so that's quite nice. So you'd expect that the consumption would be reasonably low, but 6.6 liters per 100 kilometers, that's not exactly low. And I wasn't really trying to drive like a maniac or anything. In fact, I was driving reasonably economically, but that did include some traffic jams and some highway driving. So bear that in mind. You could probably get that lower to around maybe 6, maybe below 6 a little bit if you were driving on empty roads and, you know, not a lot of stopping. All in all, I am actually quite impressed by the little T-Roc. I thought it was a silly idea, just like I said in the beginning, but yeah, the fact that you can do this, it's a little bit cold. Well, it's only 9 degrees outside, so it's not too bad, but there we go. But the fact that you can do this and just enjoy a nice little drive like this is brilliant. And like I said, it really, really, really drives well, this thing, and the seats are excellent. If you're looking for a T-Roc like this, try the R-Line seats. They are very nice. Volkswagen T-Roc convertible starts at 32,000 euros. For one with the R-Line package and practically all extras, you'll be paying 46,000 euros.